Hmm. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are having a fantastic, happy Friday. Let's see. Sorry, I'm getting a text message there. So today is Friday, NFP just happened. We had a couple of calls this week. Several of them are up, several hundred pips, give or take, depending on how many times you got back in or back out. The most recent two, we're going to take a look at real quick because there's a lot of chatter, and I'll say again that I'm 1,000% for collaboration. And I think it's potentially very beneficial. Although we do all trade a little differently, even those of us who trade similar styles, at the end of the day, our trades are different. So real quick, anybody who's in Eurjpy, definitely you should have been protecting your profits. We know those trades were up. NZD was up with NFP this morning. We already posted, plus we already know because you've been in the group long enough. If you are ever in profit on a trade, your job is to protect your profit. So that was already made super clear. Now, moving beyond that, do I still see this as a sell? I do. And I can kind of go over all the different reasons why. So let me pull up a different broker real quick too on this, because this other one is my bigger account and I want to, because on my other one, I have something to show you. So again, kind of going over the save analysis, Donna right now is getting me the information on what exactly price it was called at. But I know I entered quite a bit after you guys, and that first entry I have is still in profit. So, but real quick, kind of just going over our analysis. So we knew we had daily dots, and that was fine. We do have a double top forming on our 4 hour, or it is formed. So for it to come here, retest, and then push up, that's fine. We talked about that happening with this amount of a momentum move. We should expect and always plan on the pullback to retest 50% of that move. Now, does that mean the market is bullish or bearish? Not necessarily. If you're a scalper, absolutely. That means currently that's bullish, period. There's no way around it. But if you're not a scalper and you're trading long term, then all we're looking at is a pullback. So this entire kind of zone here from the top to the bottom is about 100 pips. So to see it go, on a pullback, measuring from the top to the bottom, just so you guys can see, we'll just round it down to 100 pips. Totally fine. If we know we're going to retest usually 50% of an engulfing or a momentum move, which is very standard, however you say it, trading rules, 50% is kind of the go-to. We're looking at it going all the way up to 120.94. So that's another 20-ish pips away, 25 pips away. So having said that, kind of similar things, we definitely, all of our confirmations are saying we're pulling back. And not something that I'm super concerned with or afraid of. Let's go to another. This is the Ichimoku one. As again, this has that MACD divergence one that one of the members was also enough to share. And honestly, I kind of really like it. I like the way it moves. I like that it has the traditional MACD settings. So again, what are we seeing? We're seeing our triple arrows. We're still in the same direction as the weekly dots. We have our 8 and 18 crossover down, 8 and 18 crossover down. That's that orange arrow. The little arrow is still saying down. So let's go through. Let's get really big. And we still have our crossover saying the blue is on top for our TK cross. So again, I'm still content with this. Right now we're retesting the 50. I'm still content with this. I will say if we pop down to a smaller time frame, okay, let's go to this chart setup. Actually, just to show you, it did form a double bottom or a W on the 1 hour, which all that means is it's going to pull back. So depending on how you trade and how you want to trade, ultimately these decisions are up to you. As for me and mine, I don't know exactly how many pips that went. Donna, hurry up and message me. Oh, there she is. So 12054 and 12. Okay, so how much? I'll tell you exactly how much it was up in profit too. One moment. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. So Donna just messaged me because she's a rock star. 1, 2. Okay, so it's up maybe 20, 25 pips, give or take. But now what we're looking at is a double bottom. So can we expect it to finish pushing up? Yeah, we can. Now, where we would expect it to go as I stutter through this morning? Okay, see, this is kind of where price has stalled out quite a bit before. So that would be more close to the, 61.8, the 70% of this entire move. But I really wouldn't be too concerned. So that's totally okay with me. Depends on how you guys want to trade and who you guys want to be. As for me, we know the JPY pairs all dropped. Here, I need to move this over so you can see this. So the JPY pairs all super dropped. So right now we're just seeing the pullback. We needed it to pull back because almost every single JPY pair, it dropped pretty hard compared to how small they trade. It went from the top to the bottom, in this last week or so. So that's very relevant, and it definitely counts. So again, just kind of going over what we're seeing, we still are in the same direction as the daily dots. Now you have to decide if you can handle being a swing trader or if you're going to jump on every single move that comes up. So being a scalper isn't bad, but you guys know I don't scalp unless I'm playing around. So, and if I did scalp, it wouldn't be like this. Now, this is the Eurjpy on the daily. We do have a harmonic pattern, which is exactly kind of what we want to see. And when we look at the bigger kind of picture of this, I don't care about all these numbers. What I care about is, can I get the big, healthy, happy, low risk, high reward trade? So this is our bearish engulfing candle. We can expect it to test 50%, even maybe more. But can we even get from where price is currently at? Get our 200 pips? Absolutely. So if it comes down to this kind of middle point, that's 170 pips, 172, comes down any further, this is what we're looking at. And then from there, retest and it breaks down. Obviously, this would be looking at a lot of pips. Does that mean this trade will absolutely do what we want it to do? Absolutely not. It does not. So we have zero control over the market. All we can do is when we're up in profit, we protect our profit, particularly before news events, particularly on Fridays with high spreads and everything else. So our job is to protect our trades, as always, and go from there. So if I go, as for me and mine, I'm going to continue to hold this. So my biggest position closed out in profit. I entered a little later than you guys. I have to log back into my other broker. But either way, I'll wait for it to retest, go down to the smaller time frame possibly, and just look for a new entry. So I will continue to get my 50 to 100 pips out of this trade without worrying. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I can't guarantee to always be right, but that's what I'm seeing. And for anybody else who's saying it's not ready, I mean, I would definitely be willing to discuss that or say, hey, what do you see? And I don't mean the little pullback. I mean the momentum in the market. I'm 1,000% on board with that conversation. But real quick, let's go to NZD CAD just to kind of go over that as kind of a Friday wrap up. Some people got several hundred pips out of this, depending on your ability to effectively trade. So this was called at, I'm not picking these numbers, Donna is, so you can debate with her. 8309. So it's called down here. Currently, it's up 190 pips. So how many of that you caught, totally up to you. Most people closed out with their first 100. That's totally fine. Many of us are still holding, or we took new entries, particularly when it broke this high. When it broke that high, we took another entry. So that would be an additional whatever, however you want to calculate that. That's an additional 70 pips. But either way, that's kind of what we're looking at. That trade performed really well. And as for Eurjpy, let's go take a look. Okay, so similar story. So we took the trade. Now we're waiting on to see what it's, sorry, got it. And I'll tell you exactly what price we took it at. 1.102. 1.102. So all in all, this won a total of 30 pips in our favor. Right now, we're pulling back, retesting that. I'm not super worried. Again, if there's NFP, I always protect my trades. So a lot of my trades got knocked out, at least my best entries did, because I don't mess around with NFP too much, as any of you guys who know me know. I just don't like NFP in the Sometimes it'll rock the markets extremely. Today, not so much. So what I'm still seeing, I can go over the analysis again, which is pretty simple. We are testing the weekly and the daily. We have that kind of perfect setup, that perfect storm, or what I would call we've got momentum move to the downside. We broke the 50, and I don't mind if it retests. Right now, we're wicking to the top side. So we can go through each chart setup and see however you want to see it, if that makes you happy. Actually, I want to go click down to the hour real quick on this one first. So again, we have that kind of double bottom thing happening, and I'm okay with that. I mean, those are scalper moves. Those are high and low of the day traders, and I don't typically trade that way unless I'm scalping. So we still have my big white arrow that's saying sell. Everything is kind of saying we're still going in this direction. What I would be concerned with is obviously if it breaks the high. So going with this other chart setup real fast. I'm going to pull it up on this other broker too. So right here, triple arrows, exactly what we want to see. We kind of bounce down. So maybe it'll come up and test this high before it decides to drop. And keep in mind that's Friday and then Sunday, Monday. So that's fine. This is just how I trade. In general, not super high stress, not super worried, but that's what I'm seeing. And again, if I go over to this other broker that has this cool indicator on it, which I kind of like it. Compared to some other harmonic scanners I've tried, I kind of like it. I like the way it functions. I'm not too fond of the huge stop box, but in general, like the math behind it's good. So having said that, we have another harmonic pattern, a bearish butterfly pattern. So I don't really care what it does in this area. A lot of people do. I just don't. And how you trade ultimately is 1,000% up to you. I can't make or break that decision. It's 1,000% up to you. So this is just how I trade. I'm only looking for a handful of trades a week. And sometimes I'll play with it, the scalping in the morning just to kind of see what's up, or because I'm in front of the charts anyways. But how I trade in terms of my weekly compounding or my per trade compounding, this is it. I'm going to take my setups. I'm going to not worry about them, and I'm going to do my due diligence. So because trading at the end of the day, the actual part of trading is boring. It's very systematic. It's very ritualistic, if you will. And that's about it. So let me check the YouTube, see if there's any major comments. Good morning, Big Country. Good morning, Ekberta. Night Law, good morning. Entered pretty late, early today. I'm in it for the long haul, says Night Law. I mean, that's just what I see. If you don't see it, please don't take it. If you have a different analysis or you want to scalp up a little bit while it's pulling back, you do you. But as for me and mine, like when we called the calls, we explained exactly what we were seeing. And I'm not going to fuss with or, have any amount of conflict, somebody else's opinion. We are all different independent traders because we each have our own opinion. Now, I would sure like it if they would be willing to share that opinion. If you're seeing something else, by all means, collaborate. Let's share what we see. Because sometimes there might be something I absolutely agree with that I didn't see. Super human, super honest. But otherwise, this is what I'm seeing. And I still feel really good about those. Unless it makes a higher high, then we have to respect that. So we have to respect a higher high. There's no maybe baby about that part. That's got to be done. So, but that's about it, guys. Happy Friday. It's been a good trading week. NZD CAD did really well, especially for an FP week, which I don't play with too much. And I'm kind of excited to play scalp with you guys a little bit next week. I think it's going to be fun, just messing around and seeing what we do. But that's not part of the six-figure challenge. It's just us learning and growing and advancing together as one person sharpens another. So happy Friday. Do something amazing and fun this weekend, something you've never done. And I will talk to each and every one of you guys very soon. Hey, thanks, Donna. I appreciate you. You are a rock star.